would be. I would like to witness that.
Right, like he's like one of the only people. I
Oh,
think we're
hey,
live.
we have
Hey, we're live.
Pains things.
We're talking about how Stephen Colbert is one of the only people that I know of out there that knows like
a huge
about as
Tolkien
much
fan.
about Tolkien as I do.
Yeah.
Right. So I would enjoy talking with him. There's Stephen Colbert. There is a guy who teaches literature, I believe the University of Washington, but he also teaches a bunch of classes on Tolkien specifically.
Oh.
And he has a bunch of lecture series, and
see.
that's really cool. Right, and I've listened to a
Hello.
bunch of his stuff. Hello, everyone.
How is everybody?
Here we are for GM Pro.
We're here. We're here.
For talking about Mega Man and 90s movies.
Exactly. I see Jay-Z, Not 47, Otaku Dash, Sergeant, Lags a Lot, Samvar, Turn-Based Life. How's everybody doing?
Is all going well? Going well?
Good to see you.
Oh, I should start like a Minecraft video. Hello.
Hello.
Here we are to talk about...
I was thinking about my last video. And
We
there was a lot of things that I wanted to cover, but I didn't cover them in the last video, so I'm going to cover them in this one.
We're definitely too old to be YouTubers. Like, just definitely. But
Yes.
close enough to it that we can make fun
So
of
we
YouTubers.
can make fun of it. Right. I know enough about YouTubers
correct.
that I can.
That I can definitely make fun
Yeah.
of YouTubers. I was thinking about being too old to be a YouTuber recently.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I was going down this rabbit hole, and I decided to look at the attendees for VidCon this year to see if I know any of them.
Yeah.
I've ever heard of any of them.
Yeah.
And I have not.
Ah.
Like, I've not heard of any
I
of
should
them.
take a look because
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Right. See,
But I
don't.
watch a lot of Let's Plays or
Right.
like I watch like the AGDQ ones, like
Yeah.
the speedrun games. Like I watch a lot of that stuff, so I
Right.
might know some of them from that.
Yeah, there's a very small number of like instructional video things I'll watch on there. I recently got into watching people do ironworking.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
That's
so I,
kinda cool.
like I do a lot of work that's like here, and I want some sound, and so
Yeah.
I can just put on like speed runs of Mega Man and just listen to Mega Man.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
good,
like,
yeah.
I've played this through so many times that I can just like imagine it, or like I can look over and go, I like this part.
Yeah, I will periodically watch Jimmy Fallon be funny.
Ah,
It's like a normal thing.
yeah,
I think YouTube is the ideal format for his style of Tonight Show hosting.
yeah. It's for a lot of it now because like I don't want to watch a whole show.
Right, no one
I
does.
just want
Who
to see
wants to
like
watch
what's
that?
the good bit.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah. So, but he's a really good Tonight Show host now because he figured that out. Like, how can I make this show from the '60s still relevant?
break it into
I'll
tidbits
just break
for
it in,
YouTube,
exactly
so
right
yeah.
into YouTube videos.
for the yub types.
This is a series of
Yeah.
YouTube videos.
I was noticing today, like, there was someone on the topic of being too old. Also, someone did something and said that there was a troll, but it was just a lie. And like knowing the difference between just lying about something
Right.
and trolling about it
Right,
is something that
right. That's true.
like old people don't get.
It's different.
But I'm
Yeah.
young enough that I get it.
Right. The other thing, there's some young people that don't get. For some reason, this is a weird thing. Usually with slang, if you have a word that's like a slang word, and it gets used over time, it drifts closer and closer to like the worse meaning or the more salacious meaning.
Yeah.
Right. So like intercourse is a really good example of this.
Right.
Where it just meant like commerce.
Yeah.
And now it just definitely means sex.
There's a lot of
But there's-
ways of intercourse.
Right, exactly.
But like,
But that's right. So but there's a ton of stuff that does that. The weirdest thing to me though is that the kids these days use the word lit to just mean like excited,
yeah,
as opposed to like
we're like cool.
right,
That's lit.
right.
Yeah.
As opposed to like when we were the kids those days,
Yeah.
it meant that you were like drunk or high.
Right. Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's that word's gotten like diluted.
Right, that's so
instead
weird.
Of more specific.
And like it's gotten like less bad.
Right.
Or like less salacious. It's just like, oh, that's a
It used
perfectly
to be
normal
like,
innocent
I'm gonna
word.
go get lit, and that
Right.
means I'm gonna get high or I'm gonna get drunk.
Right, exactly.
But now it does. It's just like oh,
Right. Like to me, if someone is like, I'm lit AF, like
Yeah.
I think they're really stoned,
Right.
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, fascinating.
Yeah. Arnonoff wants to know if we're making a podcast about this, about being old. We probably could
oh
talk
my
about this
God.
for like an hour.
That'd be a thing.
A week.
We can do that. I'm
Like,
in.
what's it like to be old?
But like,
What
old,
do we think of the kids these days?
just old millennials is the thing.
Yeah,
That's
old
it. This is very narrow.
What's it like to be on the tail end of
Right.
the
In my day, we had
Old end of
VCRs. I can program a VCR to hate Star Trek in the middle of the night.
yeah.
My old person skill.
All right, so
Here we are.
what are we doing this week?
I don't know.
They're headed to South America.
Yeah, they're going to go to Venezuela.
So I have drawings. You want to see
let's
those
look at
right
drawings. And that will inspire a great many.
So I'm not here next week. Also, I'm on vacation, so I have next week's drawings also. But first of all, we got this guy here.
Oh, this is
I'll show this to
the Needler. Is he
Yeah.
down here? That's so cool.
Yeah, and he's got like pine needles coming out. They're like tearing his shirt. I thought that maybe he could have some ability that if you punch him, you get hurt because he's all spiky.
Heck yes.
And then something to.
And we're going to make him as a villain today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. And then I also got this that has to do with that also.
Holy crap.
Which is like a minion for him.
Oh, that's great.
It's like
that's perfect.
it's like a conling or something like that. So
Conley.
yeah.
Writing it down.
I had that idea this morning. I just came in and I was like, I gotta draw this real quick.
And Needler and the Conlings could just be a band.
Exactly.
That's what they are
Just
really
that.
after. That's what they're after. That's cool. Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. What is he doing down there?
So this is the arc that I have planned out. I have a really rough arc that I was thinking about this morning in the shower. So they're going to go, they can't fly into Venezuela at all. They can't get anywhere close by.
Okay.
But they're going to have, like UN commandos with them.
Right.
They're going to help them out, right? So they're going to fly them into Colombia, and they're going to get them to within a couple miles of the border to like a village where they're going to set up their like command center post. And then it's going to completely up to them, and I have no idea what they're going to do because I'm not going to plan out what they might do. But this is going to be the situation because I think it'll be interesting. Is that there's going to be a security fence with barbed wire fence, other barbed wire fence, no man's land in between, machine gun kind of things, right? And there's going to be guards, but the guards there, they're going to be like D4 minions, but they're not going to be like evil. They're just going to be like people that got hired because they're like
guards,
poor, and people are like, you need to be a guard here. Like, I'm going to just put you on the shelf. So like, if they decide to fight them, they can, and they'll just win. But then there will be like various social repercussions of like, they just came in and like, rampaged through a bunch of like random people.
Some light treason.
Exactly right. Yeah. But they could also like, I'm very open to them being like, and I'm going to try to like drop some hints out. I'm going to play it by ear. This is going to be the most play it by ear kind of thing I have.
Oh, they're going to start an international incident.
Yeah, they might.
Definitely.
That's right. Given how this team is, they'll be like, I'm going to go chat with the person who's in charge here. And then there's going to be a series of 2 to 3 major twists that they accept, which is then going to, who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be, I don't even know.
Okay.
Given how this team is. So like, I think that's an interesting situation where like they could combat their way through it, and there'll be some like, there's some repercussions and stuff like that.
Like sneak their way through.
They could try to sneak their way through it. They could try to talk their way through it. Any of that kind of stuff, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah.
Like there's not going to be, like getting through the border is just going to be like I wonder what you'll do. And it could be really fast. Like they might do it in 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
Or it could be something that they're really into, and then it takes like an hour.
It could take the whole time.
It could take the whole time.
It could be like, I don't know how to get in here.
Right, exactly.
Let's go. Looked all along the fence. We're just walking along the fence.
We're going to walk the border of Venezuela. We're going to walk up to the shore and get a boat, and then I don't know what they're going to do. Who knows? We're going to try to fly in an airplane, and then there'll be some like missiles that shoot at them. Like if they want to try to be like, nah, we're going to fly in the airplane, but we're going to try really hard, and that's the missiles. But like, but they got a technology thing. I don't know. Maybe they do that.
Yeah.
Up to them. So I'm going to like let this be the most sandbox.
Remind me why they're here again.
Situation. Okay.
And our viewers. This is for the benefit.
Right. This is for the benefit of the viewers. So, if you remember, what happened last time is we talked about how there were some cyber terrorists that had completely taken over the European Parliament in Strasbourg, and there were also this group that has completely taken over the country of Venezuela and is threatening to shoot missiles out.
Right.
And I don't know if I specified, I can't remember if I specified where they're trying to shoot missiles, because I was thinking in my head that it was like Mexico City. They're going to blow up Mexico City unless Mexico gives them a bunch of additional military hardware and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's right now my thing. But if I said something different last time, let me know.
I don't think you said.
I think it was very vague.
I think they're just like, hey, they have missiles.
Correct, exactly. I think it was very vague.
Go stop them.
Yeah, exactly.
The missiles.
So they decided to do that, which is cool. Basically, like, both of these situations escalated one step since they went to Shanghai last time. Like, they obviously have to make choices. So I'm escalating each one step when they don't go there. And so then
escalate from here, the
Parliament one's going to escalate another one for next time. So that'll be kind of fun. So that's why they're there. They're trying to stop them from like blackmail missiling these people. So like once they get through the border, however they do, then they can get to the actual missile site, and that's where Needler is with the pine things and stuff like that. And I was thinking, I remember when we were talking about this originally as well, we were thinking that somehow related to Needler here, there would be like the ability to like serumize random humans.
Yes.
And steal your allies.
That might be what the conelings are. There might be people in there.
Oh, that's super terrible and awesome.
That he like, and they go like, ah, and then they huddle up like this, and the cone forms around them.
Right. That is how it works. That's what the serum does. So they've got serums there.
I was thinking initially that they were like Cybermen in Dragon Ball Z, where he plants them in the ground and come out, but like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Needler has that power. Maybe it has like a weapon that does that because of technology. And they're trying to do that. So
and he has a
shoot with a dart.
Little darts. So
yeah, exactly.
Can make conelings out of that.
And so what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to craft this. So if it shoots a minion, like one of the UN commandos, they just turn into one of those.
Right.
If you shoot a hero, the hero like has to make an overcome or bad stuff starts to happen. Right.
They're like, oh no, my skin's starting to turn hard.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so like.
My joints are feeling stiff like branches.
Right. So like you have to fail 2 overcomes. Here. Here, I'm going to just make notes for myself. If you fail 2 of them, you turn into one of those.
Oh man, so a hero can turn into one?
Yeah, but like they've got to fail 2 of them, which is like, nah, they're not going to do it.
Right, they can get major twists.
Right, they can just major twist their way out of it, right? Right. Which is like what I expect them to do. Turn into a coneling. So yeah, but anyway, but they'll be like, if they fail the first one, they get a -2 persistent hinder. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. All right, that'll be -3.
For like bark skin.
Yeah, -3 persistent hinder, which is really terrible.
Yeah.
And if they succeed at it, I could give them a twist of like a non-persistent hinder, like a little bit, and that'll be like twists associated with this. Will most like minor twists associated with it will be like minor hinders and stuff like that.
That's really good.
Cool. So that'll be what that is, and so that's what his attack will be, and we'll make that villain. So anyway, but what he is he's like on this mountaintop, coming out of the forest, out of the jungle, and on the top of it there's like a rocket launcher and a console and a bunch of like, metal stairs and bridges connecting the various rocks and stuff like that to climb up to it, and the control center down there, and a little bit of bunker, and the whole thing is surrounded by an energy shield.
Okay.
And he's got conelings defending it, and there's an energy shield around it. So they'll have to go around and like find some control nodes to deactivate it before they can get into him to stop him from shooting this missile.
Yeah, you know what's good is if you see the conelings first and you just fight them.
And
And then you see him turn someone into one and go like, oh, we've been beating up good guys with all that.
Yes.
Like that's.
I like that a bunch. Yeah. Like I like that turn. It's like also really good. But like these are like random villagers, like they're not. And then I'm gonna give them the ability to like cure them. Probably they can. Once they capture him, they'll get the serum, and then like the UN can work on developing a cure.
Right. So they can't cure him yet.
Right. But like there's the hope is alive. Right, for the curing. It's good. And then I think what I'm gonna use for this situation also is the scary scene tracker. Where it goes to red really fast.
Yeah.
Because if they reach the end of the scene tracker, he shoots a missile and like does something terrible.
Right.
To Mexico City or something. Right. Like he turns a bunch of people into some things and it's really bad. So like that could happen. So this is going to be.
I like the scary scene tracker because it's not actually any worse. It just looks.
It just looks scary because it gets you to red like boom.
Yeah.
Immediately. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the epic scene tracker or whatever it's called. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Josh the Valiant points out that those are like Dr. Robotnik's badniks, the robots, and they have a little animal inside.
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly.
So 90s video games.
Exactly. Everything is about 90s video games. All right. Let me see. Now I'm going to make a villain. I'm just going to make the Needler.
Cool.
And then we're good. I think that's.
Do you want to show him on there?
Yeah, let's show him on here. This guy. We're gonna make this guy. Look at that guy. Okay. Gonna help. So, this worked so well last time. I'm excited about it. So we have a concept. He's like this super buff guy that damaged you when you try to attack him, and also has like.
And he can make these minions out of people.
Yeah. Does he have a gun, or is it that he shoots needles?
He shoots needles.
He shoots needles out of his arms.
He can attack like this, but he can also go.
And that like has the toxin in it that turns you into a thing.
Yeah.
That's cooler.
The other thing we want to consider also is, I don't know if you have Jody's character handy.
Yes, it's over You're right.
But this
We
guy's
wanna make
conceived
this
as
a nemesis
for Jody.
For Jody's character. Look at the character sheets over there.
It's a big stack of papers here. That's chapter 3.
Yeah.
That's Matt.
It might not be in here, but I know basically like the principle of the bubbles, elemental.
Oh, they can't
kind of
see
stuff.
it. That's, I don't know.
Oh,
Let me look at what the stream looks like right now.
that's that right.
Oh, there.
This coming up. Okay, so we want to make sure that this. Well, because the thing we talked about is that the needler pops bubbles.
Right.
Bubble immunity is like going to be the
Bubble
core,
immunity, yeah.
right? Like the fact that like for Matt, you have the little like the hook that made the monopolist be the nemesis for Hourly Rage.
Right.
Is that he could like influence people and get them to do stuff and
Yeah.
things like that and have these minions out there. And for this one, it's going to be like this very anti-bubbles, like, oh, bubbles are not a solution to the problem here.
Right.
For the conelings or for the needler. So
So are they just immune to the element bubbles?
yeah.
They absorb it?
Yeah,
Or-
elemental immunity of bubbles.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
try to get at that through here, right?
Okay.
Because I think that that's like, you know, because they pop them, right?
Yeah.
They're sharp.
Right.
Obviously. That's how that works. So then, like, bubble construct, you can make a bubble construct and, like, do a thing, but, like, in terms of specifically attacking them or hindering
You
them.
can't just use bubbles.
Can't
on
just use
them.
bubbles on them,
Yeah,
so-
you can't throw bubbles at things and hope for it to work.
Right, exactly. How does
eternally.
that, exactly. Oh, it's interesting. Like,
Think outside the box,
exactly.
outside the bubble.
It does. Outside the bubble. Think outside the
You
bubble.
got to look outside your bubble.
Yeah. So, here is the question I have for you.
Yeah.
What approach does the Needler have as a villain? Would you like me to read the list?
Yeah.
All right.
Read the list.
Adaptive, ancient, bully. He was a bully last time I played.
Right.
Creator, dampening, disruptive, focused, generalist, leech, mastermind, ninja, overpowered, prideful, relentless, skilled, specialized, tactician, and underpowered.
I like disruptor and relentless. I like the feelings of those.
Let me look into these. Disruptive and relentless. Okay, I will get to those sections and we will read about them. So a disruptive villain focuses on causing chaos among groups and taking advantage of that chaos to strike. A disruptive villain frequently causes all kinds of collateral damage in the process of achieving their goal.
Okay, that's not bad.
Maybe. And then relentless. Relentless villains focus on one target and then hunt them repeatedly, changing targets only when the current one is finished.
What are you feeling?
Interesting. Maybe let me take a look at the other options. I like of those ones. I think I like disruptive a little bit better. What about? I'm gonna look at dampening and prideful as well. Ah, yeah. Dampening villains not only interfere with heroes, but actively reduce their strengths and ability to function.
Okay. Does maybe the needles have like some sap that comes with them that
Yeah.
like makes?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
that
not
might
bad.
work. Maybe that's what I like. Dampening,
Yeah.
because that gets you. So, okay, let's see.
Or you can like fire the needles out, or you can like excrete sap from his pores, and like
Although the only downside of that is we did a lot of hindering last time.
that's true.
Maybe not.
Yeah, and I think enough hindering is coming from potentially being turned into pine cones.
Yeah, I think you're right. What do I want? Let's see. The generalist. The leech drain strength, not really that. Not really mastermind. Not really a ninja.
What was prideful again?
Oh yeah, prideful. So a prideful villain fights to prove their own superiority, usually by taking on the most powerful heroes one-on-one. And that gets you... I know your weaknesses.
Is there one of like I don't know offhand, but is there one that's like focused on his goal?
They're specialized. The villain is world-class in one skill and leverages it as much as possible to get the job done.
I mostly mean like he's like I'm gonna fight. I don't really care about fighting these guys.
Oh, yeah.
I want these missiles to go off or whatever.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's one called Focused. Let's read that. A focused villain is one primary strong power that's used in a variety of ways. So that gets...
I mean, that's not bad also.
Yeah.
Because
that's actually pretty good. That might be...
got the needles.
Right. There isn't here, but there might be at the next section. Once we get like the archetype. Okay, but focus actually, with the needles, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, one primary strong power, which is, yeah, okay. So the D12, here we go. Needler. Then we're going to go power and quality. And under power, we're going to have D12 needles.
Yeah.
And then there's a D8 power, which is going to be... Are there needles there? Needles are really powerful. And then...
It's anything?
Yeah. Like based on materials and stuff like that, they suggest particular, but there's other... It might just be like something like vitality.
Yeah, that's not bad. Or strength.
Yeah, let's do vitality because it's a little bit like a plant-like.
Yeah.
Like regrowth and stuff like that. And then a D10 and a D8 quality. I think honestly,
a D10 called Evergreen. You can use it for like regeneration or for.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
That's like a character quality.
Yeah. Right. He's like... Yeah. It's sort of like, it's a combination of like creativity and
like a plant element.
Yeah, and like... And then, yeah, it's like basically like creativity and like persistence, sort of. You know,
yeah,
like that. And then D8, I'm going to do just like ranged combat.
Sure. Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. And then health is.
So you're not just like completely reaming people with D12 and D10
exactly.
on your attack rolls.
Yeah, going down. And because the attack rolls are going to do other stuff, they're going to make them make these saves. So
yeah.
And then it's got 15 health for now. It's going to add more. Okay, choose 3 abilities, 2 using the same power, and a 3rd using a different power. So, yeah, so 2 with needles and 1 with vitality. So, got elemental absorption.
Yeah.
When attacked with an energy element, instead of taking damage, recover that amount of health. Or when hindered with energy element, boost yourself instead.
That's amazing.
Bubbles.
Yeah. Because they just pop and it's like watering a plant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Tick Walker, thanks for coming by. Sorry you can't watch. But I hope your cat's okay. Josh Valiant also says Evergreen also works for optimism or opportunism.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
I don't think optimism, he doesn't look like a real optimistic guy, but opportunism probably. That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then a second one that involves, so there's defensive charging, so you can defend against, that actually seems like it works with defend using vitality against all attacks until your next turn. If a single attack deals more damage than the defense value, the defend ends, and deal damage to the attacker equal to the total damage dealt. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because like absorbing stuff, like that's the vitality one. That's the other power one. I like that one a ton. I want to. What's a cool name?
You're like charging up damage.
So you're mostly defending.
Okay.
So you're like you charge it down a little bit. So you're defending against all attacks against you until your next turn.
Yeah.
But if there's a single attack that deals more damage than the defense value, then it ends until it ends prematurely. Mm-hmm. But in that situation, you deal damage to the attacker equal to the total damage that they dealt.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if they can overcome your stuff, but then you come up. So it's like going in like a bunch of needles sticking out, and then like either just is defended for a long time, or it's like, you overcome me and hurt me, but also wham, I'm gonna strike you back. So that's one of those you get hit when you hit back, which I like a bunch.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that's cool. And yeah, I like that. So what is instead of defensive charging? This is a thing for you and the chat while I'm writing this down.
Yeah, what's a cool name for this? I need a
like a plant needles tree name. Yeah.
For this. Chat. Get on it. Get on it. Barky. On and off. You're fired. Cactus isn't quite right because this is like a pine tree guy. This is turtling. It's
Ooh, and then I might do this really, really, really rough needle-based attack.
Yeah.
Which we should also name. Mm-hmm. But it's attack one target using needles. Use your max die. That target cannot defend or use reactions against this attack.
Oh, geez.
Attack multiple other nearby targets using your min die.
Oh my God.
So that's just like boom, and just spraying a massive amount of needles out.
Arbor Master. So it says. Pseudonym says coniferous.
They're just describing trees.
Yeah, I know. Thousand Needles. That's from World of Warcraft. I know that. I understood that reference. Oh, yeah, that's a Final Fantasy move too. That's true.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay, I like those. So while we're thinking about names, I'm going to go down.
Sorry, it's both of them. It's both.
I go down to archetype.
Goodness gracious. Arnoff says, the famous Harry Potter spell 1,000 needles. Yeah, you could do like Needle Storm. You could
That's good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, Needle Storm for that one I like a lot.
This other one is like, for the defense, okay, here, this is Okay, yeah, these are good. Josh the Valiant says for the defense counterattack, finally people stop joking. Says something like Bramble Trap or Overgrowth or Thicket Shield.
I like Overgrowth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool ability.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Because then this gives a really powerful attack, but then also a really good defend if like, oh, my rocket's about to go off. Like, I just need to not die.
Right.
You know? And then I wonder, so looking at villain archetypes now for the second half, and there's the domain archetype, which is based on an environment.
Yeah.
Which might be really good. I want to see what that looks like.
Jay-Z says no Pine Fresh. So if there's like a heal ability, like
that's really good.
Bigger growth than Pine Fresh, it's a good one for that. Or healing the conelings. That works too.
Oh, cool. So how the status works is weird for domain villains, which is cool and really applicable here. If there are 3+ environment minions, lieutenants, and/or challenges, you have a D10.
Oh.
So if there's 1 to 2 minions, it's a D8. And if it's 0 minions, it's a D6. Not cool. I like these like alternate statuses. And also there's plus 30 health up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I know I'm gonna just do the health upgrade at the end, so I'm gonna add 20.
Nice.
Right. So that'll be the upgrade. Okay, cool.
Ginagro asks, are there pine trees in Venezuela? I don't think it's necessarily important.
It's not important. It
This
definitely
guy has
doesn't
a
make
pine
sense.
tree
Correct.
mutation.
Right. And it's in a jungle where there aren't pine trees.
Right.
Like that's definitely what's going on.
Yes.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, Jay-Z says ambulatory pine trees can be wherever they
Right,
want.
exactly. They can walk to
They
Venezuela.
go there. Yeah.
They can get on a boat.
Right.
No, it definitely doesn't make any sense. And
yeah, that's fine for this group.
Exactly.
It's really, really okay. That makes no sense.
Ooh.
Cool.
So we got 3 abilities. Here's a cool one. Roll any number of environment minion dice. Attack every target in the scene other than yourself with those dice. Remove those minions.
Oh, okay.
I
mean, that's contrary to status.
Right, I know.
Because it
exactly. That's like a tension
it.
with your status.
Right.
Right. So you could do a bunch of that. That's cool. There's also...
Because right now he doesn't have a thing that makes
this
minions.
That's true. This is very tied to like having a specific environment that maybe we don't want that one.
I don't mind having that one because he can make challenges also. Like you could have him just go like, I'm gonna wreck this thing over here.
Right.
And because it plays off of minions or challenges, right?
That's true, yeah. Oh, okay, so there's a reaction. When attacked, redirect the attack to a minion.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's actually really interesting if they know that, oh, the minions are like people.
Oh, yeah.
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 How do we like, they might decide they want to do some overcomes to like get them out of the way, which would help them in a bunch of ways, but be hard.
Yeah. Dark Kinoto asks about boosts and hinders. Is there a change to how they're applied? I don't think so. How do you mean? Season 1, the maker of the hinder chooses which dice the hinder applies to.
Ah. I don't know if that was wrong or if this is wrong. I am just doing what I would do if I really ran a game. This is the secret. If I really ran a game where I definitely have read the core rulebook, but I'm only like 95% correct. But I'm going to go with what I think is right. And like, if anyone like, so what I'll go do is like get Dave or Christopher or something like that. Like, can you clarify these rules for me? I'll go do that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
If I figure it out later, I'll retcon it in. But for now, what I'm doing is the rule that, at one point was definitely the rule, which is that the person who has the boost gets to choose when to use the boost anytime they want.
Yeah.
If you have a hinder, you use the hinders one at a time the next dice that you roll.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, that certainly was at one point the rule.
Right.
And since I'm the GM, I can just say it's the rule for this game, even if it is not really the rule for the game.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's good. Ah, okay, so I'm going to activate a twist as an action, an environment twist. Which is going to be...
You know, he could also have like big, he could have a machine here that that has like a bunch of the liquid for turning people into, the serum for turning people into things.
Oh, yes.
And then like also a bunch of hostages. And so like you can go like one at a time, do this, but then like a major twist that you could use for this environment is he just smashes the thing open and makes all of them into the...
Oh, yeah, just everyone hits. Yep, that's really good. So, yeah, it's going to be like a piece of, like, it's going to be like biotechnology that lets him do this, where he's got to, like, yeah. Because he makes the serum himself.
The liquid is Pine Sol.
And the liquid comes from him somehow. And
it comes from him? Okay.
Yeah, they like, because he generates it, but then they're like refining it into a thing for this. Yeah. That's really good. That's good. And it's going to go through. He's going to try to delay them, and there's a shield, and they need to overcome it. Cool. And the shield will just be like, some overcomes. He's like, to go. I like this.
Do these guys need any special? The conelings need any special abilities?
Yes, that is one more thing that I do. So conelings are going to be D6 minions. And I think what I want to do is... I think actually, so what's kind of rare is to do defends a lot. It's kind of like weird, doesn't come up a lot. Yeah. And since he's got this like defend using vitality against all attacks kind of thing, I think that they're going to be extra good at defending.
Cool.
So, like when they do a defend to either like him or each other, they're gonna, and then also delaying is useful here because actually we have this doomsday device type of thing that we're worried about. So they're just gonna get +2 to defend. When they do defends, they're just going to get +2. So if you got a bunch of them around, they can either defend each other or him. You know?
Great, yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Anything else that we need to do with that?
I don't think so. Anything else? We got kind of an arc there.
Yeah.
They'll get a bunch of major twists in the first 5 minutes.
We can take a look at these because I'm not going to be here next week.
This is next time. That is really, really a good idea.
So this is a preview for next week also for what's going on at the European Parliament. Right. So we have this villain. Is Siberia.
Siberia. Oh my god.
She's got like that VHS.
Yes.
Sort of. And then I also did this for like, because we talked about going inside the computer. Yes. So I did that for like an environment shot. So and she can have like a big
this is what
things
I'm
that she's constructing in there.
This next week. Yeah. Like making an environment like, oh, let's make a crazy environment that is like inside the digital realm or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that'll be really cool.
So that's what I've got for next week.
That's good.
I don't know if you need anything else.
The only thing I would ask you to do, maybe, if we're going to go in the digital realm, let's just go in. So in Strasbourg, France, which is where one of the two, this is what I'm going to say because I've been there, so I can describe it. But there is, what's going to happen is that the whole town is being digitized in some sort of way and pulled into the digital realm, just like this. So this will be like Siberia's base. Yeah. But if you also want to do, like, the notable thing about Strasbourg is this big cathedral right downtown. But if you want to draw like a digital wireframe line version of that, of like the downtown shot, you can just like look up on the internet.
I would just get a picture and just
get a picture, just be like,
the wires over
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. If not, I can just describe it to them. But that would be a cool thing.
Yeah, if I have time, I will do my best for that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. I like it. Yeah, I'm debating what I'm going to do for GM prep next week. Either
you could have, I mean, you're just going to sit here by yourself and be like, what's up? You could.
I could have Christopher come in.
Yeah, Christopher could do it.
Braithwaite come in?
No,
because he's in the game.
He's in your game.
He's in the game. Like, who would enjoy doing it? Oh, yes, but he's playing in the game, so I cannot tell him what's happening.
Craig, I guess, maybe? That's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, that would be delightful.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do Craig. Do that with Craig.
Yeah.
Talk to him about that.
That's not bad.
That would be good. Craig's run a bunch of games. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's all. We'll see you in about an hour for the actual game.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
See you then.
Thanks for stopping by.